Good morning, students. Today, in this lecture series of transportation engineering, we will discuss about drainage and maintenance, and construction of drainage. That means construction and maintenance of drainage. So, what do you know about drainage and what do you know about maintenance of and construction of drainage? Drainage of roads means interception, removal and safe disposal of water from road surface and subsurface. Okay, for good stability and working life of a road, it should be kept dry such that water should not accumulate on the surface, nor should it seep through the surface to the lower layers of road. Moisture trapped in the voids eventually weakens the bond between road materials. This may lead to future wear of the road surface and subsurface layers. To ensure the stability and functionality of roads throughout its life, drainage of roads should be properly done to minimize maintenance and repair issues. Drainage of roads is broadly classified into two types. First, surface drainage and second, subsurface drainage. Drainage means the removal of excess water from a given place. Two types of drainage can be identified: land drainage and field drainage. In land drainage, this is large scale drainage where the objective is to drain surplus water from a large area by such means as excavating large open drains, erecting dikes and levees, and pumping. Such schemes are necessary in low lying areas and are mainly civil engineering work. Second, field drainage. This is the drainage that concerns us in agriculture. It is the removal of excess water from the root zone of crops. Then what is the need of drainage? During rain or irrigation, the fields become wet. The water infiltrates into the soil and is stored in its pores. When all the pores are filled with water, the soil is said to be saturated and no more water can be absorbed. When rain or irrigation continues, pools may form on the soil surface, as shown in figure. During heavy rainfall, the upper soil layers become saturated and pools may form. Water percolates to deeper layers and infiltrates from the pools. You can see in the figure. Before heavy rains and after the rains, you can see in the figures. And water in soil after a rainy season or after heavy rain. The main aims of field drainage include: first, to bring soil moisture down from saturation to field capacity. At field capacity, air is available to the soil and most soils like to grow at moisture less than saturation. Second, drainage helps improve hydraulic conductivity. Soil structure can collapse under very wet conditions, and so also engineering structures. Third, in some areas with salt disposition, especially in arid region, drainage is used to leach excess salt. Next, four, in irrigated areas, drainage is needed due to poor application efficiency, which means that a lot of water is applied Then next fifth, drainage can shorten the number of occasions when cultivation is held up waiting for soil to dry out. Then what are the types of field drainage? As we already discussed about, the different field drainage methods can be classified as horizontal drainage and second vertical drainage. In horizontal drainage, it is also classified in two types. First, surface drainage and second, subsurface drainage. Okay, and vertical drainage, that is tube wells. Okay, so design of surface drainage system. We have to design the surface drainage system. The prime difference between urban and rural roads or highways is that urban roads have limited land width. Open drains are not provided along urban roads to collect rainwater from surface road. Following way can be adopted. Catch basin and inlets are the methods for the surface drainage. So surface drainage involves the removal of excess water from the surface of the soil. This is done by removing low spots where water accumulates by land forming or by excavating ditches or a combination of the two. You can see in the figure the design of surface drainage systems. Okay, surface water runoffs and the shallow drains are shown in the figure. Then land forming is mechanically changing the land surface to drain surface water. This is done by smoothing, grading, bedding or leveling. Land smoothing is the shaping of the land to a smooth surface in order to eliminate minor differences in elevation, and this is accomplished by filling shallow depressions using bulldozers or scrappers. You can see in the figure there is no change in land contours. Smoothing is done using land levelers or planes. Then design of drainage channels or ditches. Okay, for design of drainage channels or ditches we can do estimation of peak flows. So this can be done using the rational formula, Cook's method, curve number method, soil conservation service method, etc. Drainage coefficients to be treated later are at times used in the tropics, especially in flat areas and where peak storm runoff would require excessively large channels and culverts. This may not be applied locally because of high slopes. One of the method is the rational formula method. It states that QP is equal to in bracket CIA divided by 360, where QP is equal to peak flow in meter cube per second, C is equal to dimensionless runoff coefficient, I is equal to rainfall intensity for a given return period, where return period is the average number of years within which a given rainfall event will be expected to occur at least once. Okay. Then A is the area of catchment in hectare. Diagram showing two catchment areas. You can see. Then using rational method we can obtain area of catchment by surveying or from maps or aerial photographs. Second, estimate intensity using the curve in field engineering. The third, the runoff coefficient C is a measure of the rain which becomes runoff on a corrugated iron roofs. Almost all the rain would run off, so C is equal to 1, while in a well drained soil 9/10 of the rain may soak in, and so C is equal to 0.10. The table from Hudson Field Engineering can be used to obtain C value, where the catchment has several different kinds of characteristics. The different values should be combined in proportion to the area of each. You can see the table, okay, runoff coefficient C, values of runoff coefficient C for the different areas. Then surface drainage channels. Surface drainage channels. When moisture content of soil exceeds beyond a certain limit, it affects the strength of soil. Road pavements are the structures which directly rest on underlying soil. Hence, it is necessary to keep the soil properly drained to ensure good strength. Subsoil moisture content may change due to capillary movement of water, rise in groundwater table, percolation of water through adjoining areas, percolation of water through cracks or joints in roads. Appropriate drainage measures in the form of longitudinal drains, cross drains, lying impervious bituminous layers can be prevent